This is sort of my daily journal as I sort of move through this process. Now just give me a second. I actually feel like the table's not in the right position. Just 1 second. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got that right now. Let's pull open the Uncover Your Past Life. And what we're going to look at now is the relationship spread. Okay, it looks at you, your love interest, past life lesson, and current lesson. Oh, interesting. So let's look at, say, me. Okay, me. Love interest. Past life lesson and current lesson. Oh, these will be interesting to do. I'd like to do these a lot more in reading, relationship spreads. Okay, this is interesting. So, firstly, saintly, savior, hero, martyr, saintly. Okay. Rebel. Love interest, bit of a rebel. And we've got on there anarchist, nonconformist, activist, revolutionary. Okay, it says past life lessons to do with the law, lawmaker, law enforcement, judge or lawyer. Have a look at that in a minute. So we're looking at murder. Ooh, current lessons are to do with murder, witness, murdered, suicide, or murderer. Okay, so to do a relationship spread for a forecast, what one representing you in, then read the words or phrases in the uppermost position on the card. Ah, okay, so that could be a bit of a savior or hero, whatever that is. He's a revolutionary, was about law, and maybe about suicide. Ooh, current lessons are about suicide. Ooh. So maybe in the past. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird sort of thing. Must be more to it. Okay, so let's look at the first one, which was saintly. Right, let's have a look at that. Let's see what the cards actually say. Saintly, right? And the first one was savior or hero. Okay, in a previous life, you may have been a brave individual with a big heart who fulfilled the role of savior or hero. Your ability to put others first and care for their well-being was noble. You may have even risked your safety to help others to ensure they were protected. The above applied to your current life and time frame. Alternatively, if working the archetype in the negative, make sure you aren't taking too much responsibility for others, impeding those in your care from learning to save themselves. That's interesting. Okay, him, I put revolutionary, right? Revolution, right, revolution. No, revolution. Oh, rebel, sorry, not revolution. Rebel. Rebel. And these are revolutionary, right. In a past life, he may have been bold, passionate, and freedom-loving person who felt dissatisfied with societal constraints imposed. Perhaps maybe he used this energy to inspire others to believe that change could happen or that they could gain freedom from oppressive circumstances. You may have even been a revolutionary writer or part of an underground resistance movement. Current life. So he's someone who's bold, passionate, freedom-loving person, dissatisfied with society constraints imposed. That's interesting. Okay, our connection from the past was to do with the law. Now, is it the law? No. Just go into law. Is it? Does it give law? Oh, pardon me. Oh, maybe it is. Here it is, the law, right. Now what did I say it was? Lawmaker. Okay, so this is in a previous life. May have been a person who helped create laws, either religious or civil. Perhaps you worked for the government, a monarch's court, or a spiritual leader. Or you may have been a scribe, writer, such as of constitutions, treaties, or someone commissioned to help create laws and rules and punishments for transgressing them. Okay, archetype. Like the law enforcer, you need structure, rules, and boundaries in your life. You also like to create structure and rules for others to follow. It may be hard to accept when loved ones don't follow your rules as strictly as you'd like them to. In such cases, it might help your relationships if you can learn to lighten up a bit. So we're looking at past life lessons. So maybe it's connected to being with the law, having that see if I was sort of a savior or a hero and he was a revolutionary, so maybe there was some conflict. Maybe there is some conflict in regards to our past life in that area. So let's have a look at this one here. This is interesting. So I can't see suicide being a current, but there might be more to it. Like there might be another meaning to it. Like in a symbolic sense. What we're doing. This is so interesting to look at and to sort of really think about and reflect upon. Okay, murder, suicide. In a previous life, you may have committed suicide. Perhaps you took your life due to depression, to avoid persecution, to prevent being taken in a prisoner in war, or as a form of protest, such as with self-immolation, or for religious reasons. If you committed HeKate, you were likely sentenced to death, but were allowed to take your own life to die with HeKate. You were likely sentenced to death, but were allowed to take your own life to die with honor. Okay, you may live with despair or find it hard to cope with reality. As a result, you may seek an escape from waking life, such as, oh, okay, so it does bring in that sense of not necessarily killing yourself, but more about not really coping with things, so you go through drugs, alcohol, or a self-destructive pattern. So not necessarily or you may have severely sabotaged yourself, killed a part of yourself, or deliberately destroyed your reputation, causing you to experience the loss of something important. So it's suicide symbolically, okay? So it may not be that that the current life is about suicide, the current thing. It's more about destroying a part of yourself, destroying your reputation. So it's or sabotaging. Could be about sabotaging. Could be in that sort of sabotage sort of mentality. Maybe something that we need to, maybe we've sabotaged the relationship in some way. Wow, so that's something to really think about. Okay, so here I've got me as the savior or hero, him the revolutionary. Our past life was to do with the law, could be to do with rules and things like that, restrictions and things like that, and maybe not being too flexible, or maybe that was what caused the the distraction between the two of us, or whatever it was, and that was a lesson that we had to learn, and maybe still do in some way. And the sabotage, maybe we're sabotaging our relationship for some reason, and it could be to as a past life. So interesting. Ooh, that's something to really think about. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.